At the start of the season, I was confident that we would have a good season.
We'd had the Charity Cup win, and obviously that had buoyed us. So we started the season pretty confidently. We just seemed to go from strength to strength.
I knew that there would be teams at the top of the table that would be very difficult to compete with, particularly Kings Manchester and St Philip's Trinity. Although I was confident we could compete, I didn't know that it would, that we would be fighting up there at the top of the table all season long.
The squad just seemed to be getting stronger and stronger.
Oh yeah! Oh! Oh! Yeah! Yes!
That's the kind of things that we expect from each other, is, fight for each other right to the very, very end. If we play to what we can do, I think we've got a good chance of going up. Yeah.
It was also difficult because we were doing so well in the other competitions. It was becoming increasingly difficult as the weeks and months went on to be fighting on all these different fronts. We had to rearrange quite a lot of games for various reasons, not just weather, but in terms of fitting everything in and travelling down to Watford and Norwich in the National Christian Trophy.
Covering, well done. Good start, boy.
Oh, good, thanks.
We actually played quite a few of our league games on Monday nights down at Fians. On 2 of those occasions we got crucial wins. We beat Burnley Blue 6-2 in a really good display, and also we beat Westwood Blue 4-0. Even though that sounds like a really convincing win, it was 0-0 at half time, and I remember thinking, these are the sorts of games that we've got to win if we want to go up.
The season was kind of reaching a climax. There were some really important games towards the end.
There came a weekend right at the end of March when we travelled to Gatwick St James.
A quite important weekend where we had a game on the Saturday and on the Monday, 2 huge games, massive for our promotion hopes. They were 2 tough games, Gatley away and St Philip's at home, both who'd beaten us in the other game.
Us going in front, them equalising, vice versa.
We went there full of belief, and we probably exceeded our hopes and dreams with some incredible performances. The game at Gatley was an absolute thriller.
It was an incredible game
with 11 goals.
So topsy-turvy.
The dying seconds when Danny tucked it away from close range, and I just remember the celebrations. That's when we really started believing.
2 days later we had a really difficult game. It was St Philip's Trinity, who we'd lost 3-0 to earlier that season, and we couldn't play it at Fians because of all the issues down there with the pitch. So in effect it was like an away game on a really good 3G pitch, but a really big 3G pitch.
So there's a lot of uncertainty, and on that night, although I couldn't play, I just remember checking my phone every 30 seconds, getting live updates. We
went into that knowing that if we failed to win, we wouldn't go up and St Philip's would go up. So we knew what we had to do. It was a really close game. Harry Lord made some crucial saves, some brilliant defending.
And it was the gaps when there was nothing, no updates coming in, when it was really tense.
We also created opportunities ourselves.
And then I'll never forget seeing the message come through that Jonty had scored. Jonty had put us 1-0 up.
About 20 minutes from time.
From then it was just an agonising wait, checking my phone. Eventually we'd done it. The score came through full time, and we'd got the win against St Philip's, which just put us in an unbelievable position.
And that really gave us a sense that maybe this was our year to get up into Division 1, which is something we've been wanting to do since we started. That St Philip's game and obviously the Gatley St James game before, what a brilliant few days that was in not only the season but in the club's history. So having won those 2 matches, it still wasn't quite in our hands, because both Kings and St Philip's could still both go up. If Kings won they had 2 games left. If they won their last away game at Mac Parish St Peters, and then if they were to then lose at home to St Philip's Trinity on the last game of the season, then that would mean that we wouldn't be able to go up. We didn't have a game. I think it was the Easter weekend, and we were waiting and found out that in fact Mac Parish St Peters had beaten Kings.
I remember the message coming through on my phone that Kings had lost at Mac Parish. I just couldn't believe it. That was really, really surprising, and all of a sudden we were in with a real chance of getting promoted.
It meant that it was now in our hands. If we were able to win at Westwood Blue, then it didn't matter what happened between Kings Manchester and St Philip's Trinity. If we won at Westwood Blue, then we were going up.
Westwood Blue wasn't the toughest game on paper. We'd already beaten them that season, but with all that was going into it, with all the pressure on us needing a win, I think we did feel it.
We were building up to it. We took a really strong squad there. We
had the support of a great crowd. We rallied all our friends and family in the church to come and support us. Going out onto that pitch, we could feel the job, the weight of it, and what we needed to do.
From the start though, it was quite a nervy game. They're a decent side, Westwood Blue. They caused us problems, and we weren't at our most fluid. We weren't looking at our best. But
there was belief. Although it was tight, we took the lead in the first half.
We managed to get a goal through Danny Holloway before half time.
Salter's corner. Coming into the near post. He's got it! It's a goal! The Streeters take the lead, and it's Danny Holloway yet again. He's so good in the air from those set pieces. It was Danny Holloway, the captain, to give Streeters the lead,
which put us into a commanding position.
In the second half, we had a goal disallowed.
There were a few suspicious kind of decisions from the referee where we were calling them into question. I think that was just really how much we wanted it.
And I thought, heck, is it going to be one of these days, when they grab a late equaliser?
We were struggling just to get that second goal.
All right, look at David! Last one more!
But we fought and fought until the end. We defended and we defended.
Harry made a great save, Harry Lord.
Harry pulled off one magnificent save, I remember, to tip it over the bar.
We were able to preserve the clean sheet, and that meant we were going up.
I've got
Although it was only a narrow victory, it just finished off a brilliant season of hard work, graft, and getting victory after victory. To do it away from home with our away fans there was just a tremendous achievement.
Such a good achievement.
Winning away at St Philip's, winning away at Gatley, we deserve this. We've done it, achieved what we set out to do, and we're going into Division 1.
Come on, boys!
We've been competing against some really good teams to go up into Division 1. It was just absolutely superb, and we were able to celebrate. We had a great evening celebrating promotion to Division 1. That was the aim at the start of the season, and that's what we did.
Finally, we'd achieved it. What a moment for us.
The final was incredible. As a team, KSB United, we haven't had a lot of success. We've done okay in the league for a couple of years, but it was great for that group of lads to have a good cup run.
It's massive because often KSB, because they play in the National Christian Trophy, they usually go further in the cup tournaments. A lot of the United lads haven't experienced a big one-off game like that. Okay, we've had promotions, but often we haven't had that huge last match where we need to win, or we need to get a point away from home or something like that. So to get into a final was brilliant because we played some difficult sides along the way.
And actually to have a sort of day out, even though we lost, have a day out with some fans watching us, a nice ground.
It had proper stadium facilities, proper changing rooms, you know, the referee, linesman, just stuff like that makes you think this is an actual proper game, and most of us obviously will never experience anything like that. So just being on that pitch was a proud moment for me. You know, had a bit of a shocker personally, but certainly as a manager, assistant manager with Brett, I think we both really enjoyed it.
You know, there's a real togetherness about the lads. It was just well worth it just to see the lads' excitement.
A lot of the people who've supported us along the way were there, and some of the ex-lads, the ex-players who came, that was really good to see them.
Even though we got a beat, it was really good to get everyone together, and I think it showed the togetherness of the club really, that we could do that.
Obviously the main thing is you lose a football game, you're disappointed, but would we swap it for anything? Of course we wouldn't know. And it was a good prelude actually to the KSB final the week after, because it meant actually amazing that everyone in the squad pretty much got to play in one or both of those games.
Ever since we started, we've entered the National Christian Trophy. We've done a lot of travelling, and those have been, again, almost like socials in themselves, where people have done the travelling together, they've stayed over together, and really, you know, it's been brilliant for building relationships, and also to see that these leagues and these teams are playing all over the country. You know, it's not just something that's local to the northwest. We managed to win all those games, which meant that we got into the final against Armley, who were from Leeds. It was incredible that we were able to play them at Ewood Park. You know, it's a ground where a lot of our lads have been to watch matches, but would never have dreamt that they could play there, particularly the Blackburn fans. It really was a great occasion for the club as a whole, for the church as a whole. We got some great support from family, from friends, and from our church family as well. Unfortunately, you know, it wasn't to be. We didn't quite perform on the day.
Before, this one's cool, it's high and it's a difficult one. Oh, it's hit the bar! Oh, nobody's Ramos! Goal! It's a goal in, it's the number 6, completely above. Coming back, oh, he's handed in the air, it's a handball, it's a penalty!
Stepped up to take it, and
KSB have a great chance
I saw
now!
the keeper know he's on the side, and I was already going to that side, so I changed my mind, which I should never do, and just completely messed it up.
Oh, he's put it wide, oh no!
Can't even describe how bad that makes you feel. 1-0 down, could have equalised, end of the game. Not nice.
Yeah, we lost 1-0, and you know, there was quite a bit of sadness about that. I think it was, as a whole, it was a really positive day and a really positive year for our participation in that competition.
These are the moments that you play for. This is what you do it for. Those big games, and you win some, you lose some. Let's hope we can just get into another final in the near future and take the trophy home.